Holy cow. That was interminable. That was
very painful.
Absolutely interminable. I thought my intros were long.
Yeah.
Are we live?
We are?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Disney Parks Podcast. And go to the Facebook.
Welcome to the internets.
Welcome to the internets. I was doing a little prep work for our guests later on. They were interviewing, and I was listening to the intro of another podcast with Tony, and I thought my intros were long. Holy cow. Jeez. All right, that being said, I don't mean to be rude, but we have a lot to get through tonight, so we're just going to go ahead and start the show, shall we? Welcome, before I get going. Welcome, everybody. So glad that you're here. All right. Let me move that over there. I'm going to move this over here. And here we go. Well, this week's show, we have news about Guardians of Galaxy's roller coaster, the Disney Parks Podcast meetups, Donald Duck's annual pass magnet, and you get to meet the redhead. All this and so much more on this week's...
Who wants the redhead?
on this week's Disney Parks Podcast. Well, all right, buddy. How you doing? Good. We wants the redhead.
Who wants the redhead?
So it was a busy weekend, right? We had a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff.
Let's start with Friday night.
Oh, boy. We don't have enough time, but
yeah,
we'll keep it short.
Yes.
So John, his wife was having a girls' night and says, hey, let's go out.
Boys' night.
And I decided that the lobby bar at the Four Seasons might be a good place to start.
Yeah, why not, right? Seemed like a good idea at the time.
So we went there. It was happy hour, so drinks are half price, which is always nice. Well, the beer and the wine and specialty cocktails, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah,
well drinks.
Yeah, something like that. It's half price. And they have good food. They got a pretty big food menu now. Mm-hmm. They even have sandwiches and things like that. So we started there with some shrimp tacos and some mini corn dog nuggets.
Can't go wrong with corn dogs.
Yeah, and we had some beer. And then we were hungry for food.
Of course.
We were going to eat there. But then we said, well, let's just go downstairs.
We're right there. It's there.
It's right there. So then we went down to Ravello, and it wasn't very busy. So
no, shockingly. As much as we talk about it, you would think that it would be packed.
Maybe we did something wrong.
We'll have to talk about it more.
Yeah, and we're going to. So it was very easy for us to get a table. I mean, we would have sat at the bar, but we decided to opt in for a table, and we got seated pretty quickly as usual.
Yep.
Said hi to the chef, Don.
Don was there. Yep. And then the big chef.
Yeah. Then the executive chef, Fabrizio. I guess somebody told him that we were in the building.
That's being very gracious. Somebody told him that you were in the building.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, why didn't you tell me you were here?
Why don't know you tell me I was here? I'm like,
So he sat down with us, sat down at the table.
Yeah.
And probably talked for like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We were talking about different stuff. So it was fun. Then he treated us to...
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Apparently.
At Ravello, Chef Fabrizio, the executive chef there, makes his own limoncello.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he makes limoncello, but then he makes other variations of a limoncello.
Yes, he does.
So he treated us to what they call the Italian job, which is 3 different limoncellos. So they wheel over the cart, they show you the flavors, and then you can pick them. And you picked, which 3 did you go with?
I went with the mixed berry. I wanted to try the strawberry, and I went with the orange.
Right. And I did the berry,
mm-hmm.
the crema, which I've had previously, and it's delicious. And then I decided to try the chocolate one,
mm-hmm.
which kind of looked like mud in a jar.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had those, and then we said, well, we really didn't try the limoncello one. So then he brings out the limoncello one.
Yeah. So.
And then he comes back.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So we got 4 glasses in front of us, 4 snifters of limoncello.
Right.
Then Chef goes in the back and comes out with, I can't even remember what he called it.
I can't either.
But it's some very floral, I mean, as soon as you stick your nose in the glass and take a swig, you're like...
There's a
It's like smelling Febreze.
yeah. There's a byproduct of using all the oranges. He said that, and we had this left over. And he says normally they take this and use it like in soaps and stuff. He said, but it's it's all natural. He says, so what we
edible.
decided to do is use it and make a. We put it with some more grain alcohol and made this, and it wasn't limoncello. It was a completely different type of liqueur. But man,
It was good.
it was strong. It was a little stronger than I had anticipated, and it was really, really fragrant. It was so good.
Yeah.
Plus, not only that, but the food was amazing. We shared a pizza and some
meatballs.
of course,
Papatini.
and then we both had
Dessert tiramisu.
tiramisu.
Yeah.
So yeah, great night Friday night.
Yeah.
Boys' night was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
those ladies went to that Paradiso.
yeah. I think we got the better end of the stick on that one.
Hardly fair. Yeah.
And
But
then
I have to say, as I always say, you have to go to Ravello and just try it. You can get out very cheap with like what we did, pizzas and meatballs and a round of beers or whatever.
right.
You know, you don't have to have dessert. You don't have to get dressed up. Yes, you can. You can do all those things, but the pizza was only $20. Split that 2 people, and I forget what the meatballs are, like $12 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's like $30.
yeah,
So that was great. And then Saturday was time to go see Avengers Infinity War. In as few words as possible and no spoilers, what did you think?
Luke is his father.
Seriously.
I thought it was very good. I was kind of shocked
Right.
at the ending, and even some of the stuff that happened. I'm not, a superhero. I get the Marvel universe.
Not a
I watch
superhero fan.
Yeah, I watch the movies.
Right.
But I don't read all the comics and dwell into the backstories of all these crazy shenanigan people.
Yeah. Well, the only thing reading the comics helps you with is you can identify the characters quicker, and you can identify like the names. Like they've used names before in passing. You're like, oh my gosh, that's so and so and so and so and so and so, and they're going to probably have some type of like Adam Warlock. They teased at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Is a pretty big deal in the Marvel universe. But the thing about the Marvel movies is they don't necessarily adhere to the comic book. So, you're already dealing with a finite amount of Marvel characters when you go into Infinity War, when the Infinity Gauntlet, which is the series that the movie is loosely based on. I mean, the entire Marvel universe was affected.
Wow.
And if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean by the word affected. But I mean, it's everybody. It's mutants, Fantastic Four, all the people that we just don't have access to yet. So all that being said, I'm a superhero person. I've spent 10 years with these characters. I mean, it was rough. There was a lot of I was choking back tears a couple times. The only downside about it is, so as we were sitting in the movie theater, we were sitting in in the dining theater, and there's 4 rows.
4
across. So it's Tony on an aisle, me in the middle, Sid, and then some girl from
unnamed guest.
Some unnamed guest from some other place. And I don't know if she was high or if she is your prototypical millennial who thinks that if it's happening in her presence, A, she needs to talk about it, and B, she needs to talk to the screen, and C, she needs to just
Yikes.
like something sad happened towards the end of the movie, and she was bawling. She was weeping. I'm like, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt and Chris Evans and all those people.
They're still alive.
Nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them. They're still all kicking. So outside of that, it was hardest on my wife because she sat next to her, and so it was, let me give you an example. At one point, the food finally shows up, and it's after the first 10 minutes, which were very loud and very off-putting in the front end of the movie. And this was during a quiet time in the movie, and I hear, and I'm like, "Are you humming?" Like, there's no humming in the movie.
Right.
So other than that was great. And then we went to Paradiso 37 to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. We had two of our friends joined us, and a new friend joined us. So we had a big, and it was loud, it was raucous, and I had a headache by the time it was over because of the noise. It was very loud.
Yeah.
I got in the car and I turned the radio off, and I'm like,
yeah, it was very loud in there.
yeah.
That's the one downfall I hate about going to that place.
It's very loud. Hard floors.
Hard, yeah.
There's no carpet. There's no sound deflection.
And there's a lot of areas where you get the outside noise because, like, they have those garage door things, so you're getting
Right.
all the noise from,
Right.
the regular Sea Springs area.
Yeah, but outside of that, dinner was great.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They're doing their Discover Bourbon at Disney Springs,
Yeah.
a.k.a. the Bourbon Trail.
I still think the food is mediocre at best.
It's
there.
not great.
Yeah.
And nothing against Paradiso 37. I mean, it's okay. But here's the thing. If I want Mexican food, I'm going to go to the Senor Tequilas right down the street and pay 1/3 what I paid for dinner
Yeah,
and get just as good, if not better, Mexican food.
yeah.
That's the
And
thing.
the last time we were there for a media event, they were promoting like tableside guacamole. What the hell happened to that?
We weren't in the. They can't get the tape. They can't get the carts up there. The carts on the floor because we were in that raised area.
Well,
Yeah.
put a cart up there.
I know, right? You would think. I know.
Stupid.
It's crazy. And most of the things that they were premiering at that event were like ribs, burgers. I'm like, that's not Mexican food. You're not going to eat that on Cinco de Mayo.
Well, it's supposed to represent the Americas,
Right.
North America
Correct.
and South America.
Correct.
Yeah.
We were gunning for the lower part of America.
Yeah.
We're going for the, not America's hat.
Yeah.
We're going more for the pants.
The pantalones.
The pantalones. So that was kind of our weekend. Did you do anything Disney on Sunday?
No,
Me neither. I just worked.
I just did laundry and stuff around the house.
Ah, excellent.
Exciting stuff.
All right. So we're 12 minutes into the show. We put you to sleep yet? Awesome. Hey, you guys want to know what it's like living here in Disney? This is what it's like.
Yeah.
You spend a day going to the park, or you go to the Disney Springs, and then you go to Walmart. That's your life, pretty much. All right. So nothing else?
Got nothing.
All right, well, let's say it with us now, everybody. There's nothing else we can do except get into the news. Well, work continues on the Guardians of the Galaxy themed roller coaster coming to Epcot. Have you heard about this? A roller coaster
I've heard it.
in Epcot. Go figure. Last week, 968 trucks worth of concrete was poured to create the foundation of what will soon take shape to become Epcot's mammoth Guardians of the Galaxy themed attraction. Now, this attraction is on pace to become one of the world's largest enclosed roller coasters. And to house it, a new facility is being built adjacent to the existing Universe of Energy building. Now, they're taking the Universe Energy building and making it primarily the queue area and staging, pre and post staging.
Right.
Right?
And a gift shop.
And a gift shop. Oh, of course. Has to be a gift shop. Inspired by the Guardians of the Galaxy films, this attraction will expand on the original version of Epcot's Future World with an epic storyline being developed by Walt Disney Imagineers in close collaboration with the original filmmaker. Not filmmakers, filmmaker. James Gunn.
Yeah.
Not ers. Although, you could probably say that, the Marvel people, but it's primarily James Gunn's baby. So this is very exciting. We've heard rumors that they're using a very unique roller coaster vehicle.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Hopefully it won't be a revolutionary roller coaster vehicle like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, when tall people and people of size kind of get screwed out of this
No,
deal.
because I think this kind of coaster, they go out and get a coaster maker to bring their wares.
As long as I can fit in the ride vehicle,
Yeah.
and I'm losing weight, but still, you might be too tall again.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, John. Have
Sure.
you ever lost anything in the parks?
Nothing of consequence.
Yeah.
Like, I think I probably left a hat or something somewhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't
Hat,
think about it.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends. Ex-girlfriend.
Those were on purpose.
Big toe.
You didn't lose them. You left
I
them.
left some sweat there during a few races. Yeah, no, nothing major. Why?
Yeah. Well, they're changing the entire lost and found process.
If you don't claim it within 10 minutes, they're going to set it on fire?
It used to be before that if you lost something, a cast member would hopefully get it, and then they would put it in the lost and found area, and then somebody would go around the park collect all those items and bring them to the central lost and found by the TTC.
Right.
That's the whole process. Well,
Okay.
as of May 21st, there'll be a whole new process. You'll actually be able to track your item in real time. If you go to the site disneyworld.disney.go.com/guest-services/lost-and-found. Rolls right off the tongue.
It's so simple.
You'll be able to report an item missing, and then if a cast member finds it, you'll be able to track its whereabouts in real time.
Okay.
So, the way this works is after you've lost your item, you'll be able to report it on the website, and while continuing your day in the park, as cast members look for the item, you will receive periodic updates, keeping you in the loop until you are eventually reunited with your lost item.
Right.
Cast members in the parks are now being trained on this new technology and process now for to be rolled out in a couple of weeks in May. Including being encouraged to turn in lost items quicker than they have in previous. Because they used to kind of pile them all up and then kind of report them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you
done.
may have been gone.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
So this will be interesting if they can, get the items too. I'll tell you, 2 years ago, my brother dropped his cell phone on the mine train. And we did not get the phone back. We knew where it was, but just they weren't willing to shut down the ride to go get a phone.
Of course not. I dropped my wallet. It had $7,000 in it.
Yeah.
I found your
that
wallet,
I need
sir.
to spend in the park today.
Yeah, but I need to
Oh,
spend
wait, hold
in the
on.
park
We can
today.
get that.
We can get that.
Yeah.
I was planning on buying a very expensive jewelry item for my wife. Can you help me find that?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I've heard stories of, all of the many crazy things that, had bubbled up over at Lost and Found. Glass eyes and wooden legs and,
It worked out well for Thor.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff, you
Right.
know.
Ouch.
Yeah. And now Florida passed that law, which Disney can now get rid of it quicker. They don't have to hold on to it
Sure.
as long. I think it's only 90 days. So you're going to want to claim your lost item because
Yes.
after 90 days, they're just going to give it away.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Now it's called Found and Tracked.
Yeah.
I want to know how that's going to work. They're probably going to have to tag it, put some type of a tag on it, and
RFID
scan
tag.
it.
Yeah.
RFID. Good Lord.
Yeah. All right, we have some meetups coming up. May 26th, we are going to the Baseline Tap House.
Based on the house.
That's at the Disney's Hollywood Studios, all the way in the back by Grand Avenue, by the Muppet Theater thing.
Or is what we're going to call it Star Wars Land.
The Star Wars entrance.
Yes.
Yeah, it is right near the Star Wars entrance.
It will be.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be where you're going to stop and wait a very long time to get your
Yes.
beer.
You're going to be very familiar with the Baseline Tap House because you're going to go there for breakfast. And then a few hours later, you're going to be stopping in for lunch because you're still standing in line.
So we'll be there. And then we're hoping to meander over to the fireworks and get a glimpse of the Star Wars fireworks if we can. June 23rd at 2 p.m., we're going to Port Orleans French Quarter for some beignet.
French Quarter. Mr. Quarter.
Mr. Quarter.
That's funny.
We're going to have some beignet.
Beignets.
July 28th at 2 p.m., we're going to Crazyville, Andy's Lunchbox.
We hope.
Hit Toy Story Land. Yeah, if they let us in. I mean, we may have to get up at the crack of dawn just to wait in the line to get into the land.
I'm going to just trust you're going to get me in, bro.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. If that fails, we'll figure something out, but let's just stick with that plan for now.
Yep.
And then, as always, we're still looking for some bloggers, photographers, videographers, anybody that wants to, help do stuff on the Disney Parks Podcast blog. We would like for you to contribute if you have the time.
See?
It's not a paid job; it's a passion job.
Yes.
If you have a passion for Disney and you want to, give us your tips and what you do and how you do it and where you like to eat and drink and sit and sleep and snore and whatever, we're into all that.
Some of that.
Don't forget you can listen to this show on your Amazon Echo, your Amazon Dot, or your Google Home device. Just say, play the Disney Parks Podcast.
This is after you confess everything to the
Yeah.
NSA.
Yeah, right.
After you get done with that, then you can play the Disney Parks podcast.
After you give your NSA disclosure agreement and your
That's true.
NDA.
That's true.
Don't forget to go visit us at the Disney Parks store. That's disneyparks.com/store. I think it's store, shop.
Whatever.
Shop.
Yeah, let's go
Shop
with that.
or store.
Go with that.
Either one. We have some one-of-a-kind shirts still for sale.
Yeah.
So I want to get rid of those if you want to go buy one. Don't forget to rate us and review us wherever we are on iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or wherever you listen to the podcast.
Come find us, kids. We're out there.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Tony, have you heard of this little movie called Avengers Infinity War?
No, I really haven't.
It's been kind of successful.
Yeah.
It's done well for itself.
Yeah.
Very proud of it.
Is it better than Black Panther?
Yeah, I would say it is. Right. You know, so Marvel Studios' Infinity War enters the record books with the grand opening of guess how much? Just don't look, just guess. It's in millions. I'll go ahead and I'll give you that.
600 million.
A little bit more.
800 million.
Not even close. $640.4 million.
Was that just what, Thursday or Friday or?
Oh no, that's the week. That's the let's see. It'll probably say here in a second. It's a global opening of 640.4 million, make it the highest global opening weekend of all time. So opening weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. $640 million. The film also shattered domestic records, amassing $257.7 million over 3 days in the United States and Canada for the biggest ever opening weekend. Avengers Infinity War followed a $106.3 million domestic Friday, number 2 of all time by breaking records on both Saturday and Sunday. The film's $82.1 million Saturday and $69.2 million Sunday represent the highest ever grosses for those days of the week. Marvel now holds 6 of the top 10 opening weekends of all time. And the Walt Disney Studios holds 9 of the top 10.
Advertise the other one.
That's right. The
Which they will own.
Yeah, they'll own it here in just a little bit. The international opening of $382.7 million represents the second highest international opening weekend ever posted. Even without grosses from China. So we still haven't launched in China yet.
And there's, what, 1 trillion people in China?
There's a bazillion people. Avengers Infinity War is set to open on May 11th. Or China, nor Russia, where it already opened, May 3rd. Avengers Infinity War posted the highest opening weekend in industry history in Korea, Western India, the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, Brazil, Central America, Peru, Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, South America, Turkey, the non-local, the UAE, and West Africa.
Oh.
With the $640.4 million opening weekend, Marvel Studios' 19 releases now have amassed a staggering $15.48 billion just in ticket sales. This weekend also marks a new milestone for Black Panther. Oh, yeah, that's still in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Which passed Star Wars The Last Jedi to claim the number 9 all-time global spot with an estimated global cumulative box office of $1.333 billion.
It's crazy.
And DC can't get a friggin' movie out that's decent. Wonder Woman. I'll give you Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins is the boss.
Yeah.
The rest of them, not so much.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing.
Yeah. What do you think they're saying over at DC? What the hell?
Well, now they've got Joss Whedon.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left after he did Civil War. No, not Civil War. After he did Avengers, the first Avengers movie, he also did Avengers: Age of Ultron, and that broke him. He says, "I can't. I need a break." He says, "I'm burnt out." Because he was.
So I'm going to go over to DC where they don't do anything very well. So that'll give me time to relax.
Well, they hired him over at DC to do the reshoots and rewrites for Justice League because they were struggling. Zack Snyder had Zack Snyder in the DC universe was the Joss Whedon in the Marvel universe. The problem is Zach didn't do really well on his movies. They were good. They were theatrical hits to a point, but they weren't like mega blockbusters. And then Zach had a family issue, and he couldn't finish Justice League. So they brought Joss in to kind of fix it, and he did the best with what he could. But his whole deal was he was going to do the Batgirl movie, and everything fell through. So he's not doing Batgirl now.
Right.
It's back on track, but he's not doing it. The one thing that I did hear about the Avengers is Avengers Infinity War is doing better than its top 9 films combined.
Wow.
Opening weekend. I think it's 9, could be 7, but pretty sure it's 9. So just this one movie is just killing it. Now, I loved it. I want to see it again. I don't think I'm going to go see it 27 times. I'm not that kind of person because I can only take so much of that roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Now I just want to see how the story concludes.
Right.
I want to see Thanos get his ass thoroughly and summarily kicked.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Brolin played that great. I think.
Josh did a great job, and he's coming back in a couple weeks playing Cable in Deadpool, which is weird.
Yeah.
There's a trailer that played before Avengers
But
Infinity War.
you don't really see him in either one.
Cable you do.
Oh, Cable you do?
Yeah, Cable you do.
I thought he was on CG'd.
No, see his arm is CG. There's that line, and he's got a thing in his eye. There's that line that says, "Pump your brakes, there, Thanos."
Yeah.
Disney requested that they take that line out of the movie.
Oh, really?
They were allowed to leave it in the trailer, but they took it out of the movie. So
That's a shame.
this is Disney's going to own Deadpool here in a few weeks, anyways. Doesn't really matter. So good on you guys. I'm jacked up. If you're a Marvel fan,
Yeah.
there's no
Good
better time to be
Marvel
alive.
fan,
Yeah,
Stan Lee's probably raking in some bucks.
I hope so.
He's got to be getting a little scratch for.
I hope so. He's lost a bunch. The guy embezzled a bunch and stole from him. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
All right. Hey, last week's trivia question was, what is the name of Andy's dog in Toy Story 2?
Rex.
No. The answer was Buster.
Oh.
So Amy is the winner of that contest. Then we had
Yay.
that secondary question.
What was that?
Who, the woman that we had on the show from the Hometown Museum, who slept at her house?
George Washington.
We got a lot of answers, and they were all correct, which means everybody's listening.
Thanks, guys.
So the answer was Walt and Lillian and Roy and Roy's wife, and that went to Carol. So
Good for you.
we got 2 winners this week.
2 winners.
Speaking of, they're going to SeaWorld.
Hey. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Sesame Street's going to SeaWorld.
Yay.
All right, so this week's question is, which glass slipper did Cinderella leave behind at the ball? Now, you got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, totally.
Unless she's got a third leg, I don't know about
Well, I can't even fake guess. I usually give it away.
Yeah. So, give us a shot. DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. Send us your answer.
Hey, I'd send one of each if you don't know.
Yeah. Just, I mean, you have a 50-50 shot. One's going to be right, one's going to be wrong.
Red, no blue. Pink,
Yeah.
no blue.
No, those are the
Dress colors.
the fairy godmother. Fauna, flora. I forgot the other one. Jeez.
Fauna, flora, and...
I can't think of it.
All right. You're going to make me Google it for you.
All right. Well, John's doing that. If you are not, you can support the show by going to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And over there, you'll sign up for whatever level you like, whatever fits into your budget. And then we'll send you something nice. And you get an exclusive ad-free show each week for you. We do a Facebook page where you can join us live for a Patreon-only show before this one. And we're going to do some other things, I think, this year. I have some other ideas coming up. We got 2 new patrons, which I don't have on this list, but we want to thank James, Krista, Grant, Ernie, David, Sam, Jennifer, Ross, Ron, Jeremy, Willie, Michael, Mike, Cassandra, Katie, Eva, and Katie.
Katie.
Katie number 1, Katie number 2.
Katie and other Katie.
Yeah.
And the name you're looking for was Merriweather.
Merriweather. It's not an F.
That's right. Well, you play your cards right. All right, next.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, John, you're a Donald Duck fan, and so's your
My
mama.
mom is big
Yeah.
time. I'll take him or leave him.
Yeah, so there's a new Donald Duck. Did Disney buy a magnet company? We're giving away magnets.
Get them out like hotcakes.
Yeah, there was like 3 for Flower and Garden. Now there's another one.
crazy.
So if you go over to starting May 18th, if you go over to Disney Hollywood Studios, May 18th through June 29th, or probably as supplies last, annual pass holders will be able to pick up the first exclusive Donald Duck magnet. This new AP magnet will be available at Disney's Hollywood Studios through no specific location has been announced yet. Last time they were giving away, what was it? The gift shop.
Yeah,
The
it's
first
weird.
gift shop.
Yeah,
There was somebody standing at the exit just handing back.
Yeah.
The first magnet I got, they asked for to see my pass holder. The second 2 magnets I got,
They're like,
they
here.
did. Yeah, they're just like here.
Probably had enough. The cool thing about this is I've seen pictures of it. It's like old school Donald, like the real long face,
Yeah.
real long skinny face back when he was in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's great. I love it.
yeah. But I just don't. I don't understand why they're giving out magnets like they're like it's nobody's business.
That's the new thing, I guess, because people. Well, I mean
I guess it's cheap.
it's inexpensive, and people a lot of times put them on their cars, and that's free advertising.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than a button.
Well, I listen. If you have one of these magnets, do not put it on your car.
Right.
They get stolen.
Yep.
I saw 2 or 3 Facebook posts of the Flower and Garden ones being stolen off of people's cars.
Yep.
So
We get them. They go right on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, if you're a sucker for a redhead like I am, Disney's hooking you up. Now you can meet a redhead. Did I mention she's a pirate and she's a cast member, so you can't actually get her number? And she's a pirate, so she probably doesn't have a cell phone. Anyway, starting this summer at Disneyland Park, guests will be able to meet the newest addition to the Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, and a whole new meet and greet coming to New Orleans Square. You thought that Give Us the Redhead thing was just a fad? Oh no, Disney's doubling down on it.
That's right.
Oh, Jesus, God. Her name is Red, with 2 Ds. The name of the new redhead character is a mysterious pirate who roams the Caribbean, selling rum and collecting coins. And selling. The reworked Pirates of the Caribbean attraction reopens at Disneyland Park on June 7th, 2018. Hey, Tony, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
When didn't we get our refurbishment first?
Yes.
Why didn't we get a redhead character? Why didn't we get a meet and greet?
Because it doesn't matter for us.
I'm starting to feel like the redheaded stepchild of Disney.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Yeah, that's crazy. All right. So before we move on, is there any questions in the chat room?
No.
Plus the sun ruins them. Way better than the button. Plus the
Yeah.
sun ruins them. Oh, I get it. CJ, yo! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Tony and John, thanks. Miss you too, CJ. Do we know who this is?
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, miss you too, CJ. Let me see the
I
picture.
don't know if we've met.
Have we met, CJ?
I'm not
Let's
sure.
see.
I'm not sure.
Oh, she looks familiar.
Oh, let's. I could do this too.
Oh yeah, wait, she's Oh, dadgummit.
Let me show you the
I
Donald.
recognize one of her pictures.
There's the Donald button.
So we miss you too, CJ.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man, look at that. It's good looking. My mom will need one.
Yeah.
Merriweather, yes, Matt, correct. Marcel Aquaman will do well, guaranteed. Ha 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 ha. Hopefully, they need a win.
CJ is Ashley's mom.
That's right. Right. Yeah, as I said, I recognize the
Okay.
picture. We have to have CJ on the show.
Yes.
Risa, Mexico is America's beard.
Yeah.
It's Canada's America's hat. Mexico's America's beard.
Right.
That's funny. All right, so let's see here. You ready to move on?
Sure.
All right. Well, on today's show, we have Disney news about Goofy joining the Disney Junior Play and Dine. Night of Joy has been canceled. And one-day Walt Disney World tickets now include fast passes and so much more, all in today's Disney Parks podcast.
All right. Hey, Goofy is now joining the Disney Junior Play and Dine at the Hollywood Studio.
Yay!
I thought he was there. Anyway, beginning May 13th, Goofy will be joining in the fun at the Disney Junior Play and Dine character meals at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Hollywood and Vine restaurant. This is that way overpriced buffet that I was just at.
For breakfast? You were there for breakfast?
Lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, for lunch, yeah. It was way overpriced.
Yeah. Goofy will be in his racing suit from Mickey and the Roadster Races, which will debut on debuted on Disney Junior last year.
Right.
Unfortunately, with this edition, Handy Manny will hanging up his tool belt and will no longer appear at Hollywood and Vine.
How do you say goodbye, Handy? Adios. How do you say goodbye, Andy? Handy? Adios. Adios, Handy Manny.
I didn't see Handy when I was there. We got Mickey, Minnie,
No.
Donald.
Goofy's joining the Disney Junior Play and Dine at Hollywood Studios, but over at the Disney Junior show, Handy Mandy's out, and Goofy Roadsters, Mickey and the Roadster Racers is in.
No, this is saying Handy Manny will be hanging up his tool belt and they'll be not appearing at Hollywood and Vine.
I've never seen Handy Mandy at Hollywood and Vine.
Well, it used to be that Handy Mandy and the characters.
Really?
Yeah. And then they changed it over to it was like what is it? Minnie's something.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So
okay. So I thought he was taking over at Disney Junior.
But maybe now that it's being called Disney Junior, maybe Mickey, Minnie, and Donald are not there. Maybe they're being replaced with these other Disney Junior characters.
You know, if we were really good Disney bloggers, we would know. I'm sorry, I
Well,
don't mean to be
they keep changing it
confusing.
up.
I saw that.
They also have, Minnie's holiday thing that they do.
Yeah.
So every season they change it up to something different.
Right, and that's where I'm confused. But I also read a story earlier. I swear I read the story where it was over at Disney Junior that he was taking over. That's probably where I'm confused. I'm probably one screwing this up. So hey, sorry, Handy Manny. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
I never saw Handy Manny.
Yeah.
And I've eaten there a few times.
Right.
Granted, it was like Star Wars and for Christmas, but
Yeah, see?
yeah. I wouldn't see Handy Manny in Star Wars.
Yeah.
What would he even dress up? He could be the guy that fixes the Death Star because he's got the work at. Anyway, he's always dodging bodies because they just keep falling out of the sky. So if you're a big fan of Night of Joy, this has probably come as a big shock because this came out of nowhere. Walt Disney World has canceled the Night of Joy event for good. Excuse me. Walt Disney World Resort announced last week that it will no longer host the annual Night of Joy, which is a Christmas music festival that's been held at Disney for 35 years.
Yeah, it's time to get
A spokeswoman from Disney confirmed last Thursday that last year was their last event. When the event began in 1983, it took place in the Magic Kingdom Park for 2 years at Disney's Hollywood Studios, where the event was held, and for the past 2 years, it's been over at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex. Now, you might remember that the event's second night in 2017 was canceled because of this pesky little Hurricane Irma that come blowing through, making its way through the Orlando area. And who doesn't forget that night? It wasn't a night of joy, it was a night of holy crapness.
Yeah.
The festival has attracted big-name Christian music genre artists, including Stephen Curtis Chapman, Amy Grant, Jarza Clay, Newsboys, Casting Crowns, Chris Tomlin, Kurt Franklin, Who Revolution, whoop. Michael W. Smith, CeCe Winans, Striper, and Debbie Boone. Wow, with Toby Mac and Mercy Me being among the performers at the final event last year. Reportedly, eliminating Night of Joy is part of Disney World's philosophy of continually changing our offerings. The Disney World spokesperson said, I've got a thought about that. If a visit to Universal Studios is in the cards for you, Then they hold a extra ticket event called Rock the Universe, which features pretty much the same artists. That event takes place September 7th and 8th of this year. Christian artists Mercy Me and Torrin Wills, are already set to perform at the Eat to the Beat concert series, part of the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival this year. Ironic that they're talking about having Christian artists at the Food and Wine Festival, especially with my situation. Yeah. I don't think that Orlando was not big enough for two major theme parks to have a Christian festival, and a lot of people have really gotten on Disney's case about getting rid of Night of Joy. And I understand they're continually changing their offerings, but if you've been holding a festival for 35 years, why would you stop? Now, I understand that there's a lot of complaints about Night of Joy when it was like the Magic Kingdom, because it was just kind of like, parents just dropped their kids off and it was unfettered
free
craziness.
babysitting.
Yeah. But I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I feel bad.
Yeah. I think the ESPN was a great solution. But like we were saying, there's nothing for the kids to do but go to the concert.
Right.
There's no attractions. So if they're not there for any one of the bands,
right,
well, then they'd be bored out of their minds. And literally, they bust them in.
Yeah.
I mean, the Magic Kingdom Parkland is just filled with buses.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing about that. When you go, there's other festivals that come through Florida, like Winter Jam comes through every year. Winter Jam is held at, like, the Amway Arena or Tampa's Arena.
Right.
And they don't have a theme park. And it's, you come in and you do your deal and then you go home. They bus them in there too. So I do understand the concept of, well, there's no attractions there. But at the same time, you're not there for attractions. You're there for 2 nights worth of concerts.
Right.
The conspiracy theorist in me, I was always reading stuff into it, but
Right.
Night of Joy is no more. So now, if you want to get your Christian concert on, Disney is forcing you to go to Universal.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Universal will take their money.
They will gladly take the money.
Yep. All right, so Disney's changing it up here a little bit. Disney World here in Florida is now offering a one-day ticket, one park, with pre-made, pre-arranged, pre-selected fast passes attached to the ticket media.
It's a horrible idea.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
The ticket is broken down into several packages, and the FastPass Plus selections are pre-made and already linked to the purchased ticket, so that guests purchasing last-minute tickets don't have to worry about finding and making FastPass reservations for themselves. So, here are the options.
All right.
If you buy a Magic Kingdom ticket, you will get It's a Small World, Dumbo, and the Mad Tea Party. You'll get Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger Spin, Haunted Mansion, Tomorrowland Speedway, the Barnstormer, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and Pirates of the Caribbean, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Monsters, Inc. Laugh 4. Now, what is missing off of all of the
E-ticket attractions or D-ticket attractions?
Yeah.
Now, just to be clear, you don't get fast passes to all of those attractions.
I'm not sure.
You get them to some. Surely you're not going to get a... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So if you get the Fantasyland Classics,
Right.
It's a Small World,
Right.
Dumbo, Mad Tea Party.
Right.
If you get the Futuristic Fright, it's
Right.
Buzz
Right.
and Haunted Mansion
Yeah.
and Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now, once you use these 3 that they're giving you, then you can make additional fast passes. But you cannot make any additional fast passes until all 3 of these are consumed. So even if you don't want to go on that ride, you're still going to have to tap your Magic Band at that attraction so that it can register it completed.
Yep.
If you're going to Epcot, they have 2 choices over there. One is called the Immersive Explorations, which is Spaceship Earth, Living with the Land, and Nemo. The other one is what they're calling Delightful Encounters, which is the Seas with Nemo, Turtle Talk with Crush, and Journey into Imagination with Figment. Now, if you're heading to the studio, they have 2 options. They have the sensational stage shows, which is Beauty and the Beast, Frozen Sing-Along, and Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Or they have the movie-inspired entertainment, which is Muppet Vision 3D, Star Tours, and Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. Shouldn't the mermaid thing been in the movie one and the stage show Indiana Jones?
Don't think about it too hard.
Okay.
Don't.
Just checking.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
And if you notice on the studio ones, there's no Star Tours, there's no Toy Story Mania,
Who wants to ride those crappy attractions?
no Tower of Terror. No,
Sorry, I don't mean to be offensive to anybody. That's sarcasm. I don't mean that. For those of you who have to be explained that's. I don't mean that. No disrespect to the, Imagineers or anybody like that.
Over at the Animal Kingdom, you got the prehistoric and whitewater thrills, which is Dinosaur, Cali River, and Primeval Whirl. So you can get wet and then get spun dry on
the wash
Primeval
and spin
Whirl.
cycle.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. Whatever Stacy says.
Yeah. Wild Performances, which is the Lion King, Nemo, and It's Tough to Be a Bug. Now, that is a great selection.
That has me at hello.
Yeah. I would sign up for that.
Except it's an Animal Kingdom, which is your least favorite park
in the whole world. All right, so these tickets have reservations for tomorrow, meaning that the FastPass Plus reservations that are pre-made are only valid on the next day. Regular FastPass selection limitations will be in place for these tickets, requiring you to use all three selections before additional ones can be made. The pricing for these tickets will be the same as a regular one-day ticket that do not include FastPass reservations.
What a crock. So, this is the thing that has been bothering me about this all day. When my mom comes to town, okay, first of all, there's no discount on this.
No.
That just,
And depending on the season you go, it can be as much as $1.25.
Yeah, so there's no benefit for her, for this. So she comes to town.
Well, she can get 3.
I'm going to address that. She's going to come to town. She's going to buy this option. She's going to get those 3 fast passes. There's no guarantee that myself and my wife are going to be able to accompany her to ride those rides because I can't guarantee that I'm getting fast passes for those attractions at the same time.
It's not for you.
Either. It's not for me.
It's not for you and a non pass holder.
Correct.
It's if your family is coming and you did not make any ticket arrangements at all.
Correct.
And you show up at the Magic Kingdom, they're now saying, all right, well, we'll give you 3 fast passes if you buy the one-day ticket. That'll get your day started.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no... Yeah.
I don't know what...
Whoa.
Wait, hold on.
It's not necessarily going to get your day started. You're going to have 3 fast passes. They could be at the end of the day.
Yeah, they could be at the end of the day.
If it's at the end of the day, you're never going to get a fast pass for a good ride because you're stuck.
You'd be foolish because you'd want to use those immediately so that you can make things that you want to do.
Right. What if?
Yeah.
If I come at 2 o'clock in the afternoon...
Listen, if you're smart, you're purchasing your tickets ahead of time, at least 180 days, and then you're making your fast passes 180 days. That's the smart person. This is for the lazy, lackadaisical, doesn't like planning, doesn't care, it's just coming on a whim, blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't know what percentage of that. I mean, I still see lines at the TTC for people buying tickets, and I'm like, you don't have a ticket? Why did you come here without a ticket?
I know, crazy.
I don't get that, but that's just me. So, and I'm sure. Listen, I like the spontaneity of doing things, but at least have a ticket. So, anyway.
All right. Enough of that. There's a new patent that describes adding animated character projections to Disney attractions. I know, right? There's a few key issues that designers run into when using audio animatronics for new Disney attractions. Issues that a patent application just published by Disney Enterprises, Inc. aims to resolve. An application titled Projection Mapped Augmentation of Mechanically Animated Objects. This rolls right off the tongue. Or the PMA aims... See, that's the... phonetically saying, aims to use projection technology to not only add additional animated characters to the rides, but also make them changeable for new overlays and seasonal events. Probably be at Disneyland first, anyway. While easily one of the primary draws to both new and old Disney park fans alike, audio animatronics do have some downsides. Technology has increased since the creation of classic attractions like the Enchanted Tiki Room, and animatronics are not only getting more sophisticated and lifelike, but also a little bit more expensive and time-consuming to build. So the solution, therefore, is the document describes involves using a blank projection surface, either 2D or three-dimensional, which can be mechanically animated and changeable for different uses. Images would be projected onto the mechanical screen to bring characters to life, and each screen would have the ability to change size or shape depending on the attraction's current need. Disney Parks occasionally likes to add a seasonal overlay to their attractions to breathe a little new life back into a fan favorite, or just add another reason to visit during a specific time or event. While putting a Santa hat on one of the Pirates of the Caribbean might be the most you could hope for with the traditional audio animatronic, projection technology would give Disney the ability to instantly retheme characters with a minimal amount of effort. As the shape and size are malleable, an attraction could also switch out characters if so desired. As soon as we know more, we will certainly share that with you. That is a fascinating concept.
Yeah. Can you imagine they just change out the projector? It could be a completely new character.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You would take Johnny Depp out and put Will Turner in.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
We could do all sorts of crazy stuff with that. And that would...
We might get Christmas overlays.
That's what I was going to say. That might be the solution for Walt Disney World, to start getting some Christmas overlays and Halloween overlays during Christmas. Maybe we'll get the Haunted Mansion treatment like Disneyland does. But like I said earlier, Disneyland will probably get it first.
Well, they'll test it over there first.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, one of my favorite events is coming back.
Yeah?
Actually, it's not coming back. It's staying.
Yeah?
The After Hours event is coming back with a passion. Disney's announced a slew of dates. I think we'll leave all the dates. We'll post all the dates in the blog. But it's running from June 28th all the way until September 20th. On it seems like Thursday, Saturday, Monday. So any one of those days. And this time it's running from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so this is a very limited event. They don't sell a bazillion tickets. I think the number's around 3,000 to 5,000.
Right.
If I was a guessing man. You do get free popcorn, free ice cream novelties, and bottled drinks.
Nice.
Is all part of the admission.
Non-alcoholic bottled drinks.
Yeah, non-alcoholic. Everything's non-alcoholic.
That's true.
There are more than 25 attractions and experiences, including things like the Seven Dwarf Mine Train. Doot, doot. Under the Sea, Journeys of the Little Mermaid, Space Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, and many, many more.
Sweet.
Yeah, so if you want to do the mountains, you can do the mountains. You want to go on the mine train all day, you go on the mine train. One of my favorite events, like I said, I would get rid of my pass if they were to do this in every park. All right, tickets for this can be purchased by calling 407-827-7185. The advanced purchase price is $119 plus tax, and if you do it the day of, if there's any left, it's $124. Don't forget to tell them that either you're an annual pass holder or a DVC member, and you get a discount, which brings it down to about $98 and change with the tax.
Sweet.
So I think $100 to do this. My brother's coming down for one of the June dates, and we're all booked.
Good for you, man.
Because
that's awesome.
he's like, oh, wait, I don't have to wait in any lines. No.
No.
No. Maybe a couple minutes, but nothing
It's
like
totally
20, 30
it.
minutes. Yeah,
Oh, it's still totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totes.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. That's interesting. Disney Eats is the newest addition to the Disney Digital Network. You're new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Disney's just launched a new online channel and website, eats.disney.com. They got rid of the .go.gov.com / .br549.
It just redirects right back
son
to
of a
it.
gun. Eats.disney.com, which focuses on families and food as part of its digital Disney Digital Network. Disney Eats will contain all the culinary content that Disney fans crave, highlighting recipes from in and out of the parks. As Disney Eats themselves put it, and I quote, "Whatever you're looking for, an Instagram-worthy lunch to make for your family, curious about the latest food craze from Tokyo Disney, or an inspiring chef who wants to cook the perfect ratatouille, Disney Eats gives you access to a world of culinary adventure." Shows announced for the channel so far include... I'll get through it, hang on. Excuse me. The sandwich and the water come back to haunt me. Chicken Little, where celebrity chefs are paired with children to create a meal. Tiny Kitchen, where miniature versions of Disney foods are created. And Must Be Science, a science-centered food show. These programs were created in collaboration with the entertainment company Tastemade. The site will place a large focus on meals prepared by parents with their children, and Disney says that it will adhere to nutritional guidelines for the meals it showcases. The website will also promote kitchen utensils from Shop Disney's Disney Eats collection, because at the end of this attraction, there's definitely a gift shop.
Right.
As of today, Disney Eats channel has 18 videos showcasing treats based around popular intellectual properties like The Little Mermaid, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Big Hero 6, and of course, Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Oh yeah, I forgot one.
Yeah.
Some Toy Story something. Disney food bloggers, it's game over. What do you think about this?
I mean, every food blogger, Disney food blogger's kind of been safe. You know, that Disney hasn't gone in that terrain and that pool, dipped their toe in it.
Yep.
This is game over for you all. Because if you go to this, there is lots of great content there about Disney food.
Yeah.
And I can see, like, the Disney Food Lab, you know, here at Walt Disney World, almost having, like, their own channel where they can kind of bring you in and show you what they're working on, you know, if they so chose to.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is going to give the Disney food bloggers a good run for their money.
Yeah, because the one thing that Disney food bloggers don't have that Disney has is access to the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Because we can't do that. Well, they'll have press events and stuff, but they're not going to show you, and they're not going to give you the ability to create the content like Disney's doing. So, we should talk to our buddy Kristen and see what she thinks about this. It's probably not going to do a lot of damage to her blog, but it's certainly...
They start getting traction like the Disney Parks blog.
Yeah, totally. I understand that. I'm just waiting for
that was
Disney
a game changer for all the bloggers, us park bloggers.
Right. I'm just looking forward to when Disney starts doing their own podcast. Then what are you going to do? Hi, we're the Disney lawyer team. We have a cease and desist. We like to eminent domain your
I have
name.
one for you, too.
I have one for you, too. Get off my lawn.
All right, let's do the headline news. The Disney Style Store in Disney Springs opened on Sunday. We missed it. We walked right past it.
It opened?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it wasn't open when we bought it. We were on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, daggone. We missed the opportunity for you to get a new dress.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Disney Channel greenlights new show is about kids who use crowdsourcing to make decisions.
Because God knows they can't think for themselves. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that in my outside voice?
Do we need a show to tell kids that that's not a good idea?
Don't
answer that question.
I can't answer that question without being totally
Maleficent 2 cast Harris Dickerson as the prince, and the Jungle Cruise as Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
That's going to be interesting.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. I don't know who Harris Dickinson is.
I don't know who he is either.
Yep.
I am shocked, but Paddlefish wins Best Seafood Restaurant in the Orlando Magazine Reader's Choice Awards?
That
Really?
can't be real.
All right. They do have pretty good seafood there. If you're gonna go with seafood, the seafood's good. It's all the other stuff that they do on the menu that I don't agree with.
As long as you're sitting in the restaurant
Yes.
and it's not busy and you order something that's very expensive that a chef actually has to cook on days that end with R, totally worth it.
Here's another interesting one. The Crystal Palace at the Magic Kingdom is now serving beer, wine, and hard ciders.
We'll call you. Don't call us.
No, it's David.
No.
New cast member parking lot is opening over at the studios. New cast service parking lot and
nice.
cast service building.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, that does it for this week. We want to make sure that you guys come and visit us at DisneyParksPodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Disney Parks Podcast, YouTube at Disney Parks Podcast, and the Twitter at Disney Podcaster. Hey, don't forget to check out our brand new Instagram page at Disney Parks Podcast. We can't wait to see you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy week to share this with us. We don't mean to cram the ending in, but we're behind on our interview. So after that, my friends, I guess we'll just see you in the parks.